Welcome to a new special series called The Bathroom Break. That extra 10 minutes you either have to listen to marketing tips or use the bathroom or both. But I don't recommend both, but that's your choice.
This collab is going to be super fun. We have Daniel Murray from the Marketing Millennials and me, Jay Schwedelson from the Do This Not That podcast and subjectline.com. Each episode in the series, we are going to go over quick tips about different marketing topics. And if you want to be in the bathroom, fine, just don't tell us about it. Thanks for checking it out.
We are back, and this is the 100th episode of The Bathroom Break. Surprised we made it this far, to be honest. It was a little joke of an idea that turned into a joke of a podcast. And now we're going to have the 100th episode, and I'm here with the Jay Schwedelson of Do This Not That podcast. And I said it right the first time. But I want to kick this off and ask you something very important, which is,
okay,
what is your most embarrassing story in your career?
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, for the 100th episode, I'm glad we're doing special stuff because I genuinely didn't think we'd make it past episode 2 of this literal nonsense trash. And then I want to know your most embarrassing one on the back end of all of this stuff we're going to talk about today. But I had one experience in my career that really was really the end of me. So what happened was I was at a conference and I was at the conference hotel. And you know, the conference hotel, everybody stays in the conference hotel, like every single person. Well, I lied to like 10 different people and they said, you want to go out for dinner tonight? You want to make plans? I said, no, I got plans with other people. But it was a lie. I didn't want to go out with them. I said I had other plans. So what I did was I went in my own room and I was watching House Hunters. I'll never forget. I love that show. And I ordered a cheeseburger. And then like a disgusting fat slob, the food came and then I was eating it in only my Tommy John boxers, like no shirt, which is gross. You don't want to eat a cheeseburger with no shirt on, nothing else. And then I'll never forget, I finished the burger, okay? And then it was one of the, still the old school trays, right? And I wheel it out into the hallway and then all of a sudden I hear, and the door shuts behind me. And I did the dumbest thing a human being's ever done is I knocked on the door, which I still don't understand exactly why I was doing that because I was the only one in the room.
Let me
I realized, I was banging on the door. I was like, I'm so screwed. I was just in my boxers. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I go, that's it. I just got to go. And I thought there'd be like a phone by the elevator that they like used to have that. There was no phone at the elevator. I got in the elevator. And then there were people in the elevator because I was like, I got to go to the front desk. And there was there was a mirror in the elevator. You do not want to see yourself with no shirt on, with other people in the elevator, having just eaten the cheeseburger. It was a horrible moment. Get off the elevator, and everyone from the conference is like there with their badges on. People are like, hey, they're giving me a weird look. And I get to the front desk. I'll never forget. The guy at the front desk goes, how can I help you? I'm like, dude, I'm naked. I need to get into my room. He goes, do you have ID? I go, no, I don't have ID, you clown. And it was a horrible moment. So that's my story.
I don't think I can even top that with a more embarrassing story than that. I think mine. I have not had that of an embarrassing story.
I hope nobody's. All right, we're going to get to your story at the end, but I want to do this special episode, something we've never done, which is mildly embarrassing, which is I'm going to ask you a series of never have I evers, and then we're both going to answer them because we're cheesy, and this episode's cheesy. What do you think about that?
Yep, let's go.
Our 100th episode. All right, here we go. Have you ever sent out a promotion? Never have I ever used last chance in a promotion when it was actually not last chance on the promotion.
Oh, I've definitely put last chance on a promotion. Who hasn't done that?
Right, there's like 7 last chances.
Yeah, and get emails back. I thought the last email was the last chance.
You always text me too. I said not like last chance to register, and then it's not. You're like, this is not last chance.
Jay will say there's 700 spots left for a virtual event, and it's free. And there's no 700 spots left.
There's a store near where I live, and like once a month, it has a giant thing that says store closing, but they're like only closing for that day. It's amazing.
Oh, that's great.
It's amazing.
I also think it's good to have like beside like sold out, like instead of closed, like sold, like has sold out sign halfway through the day instead of saying they just go home and they just put sold out. I think it's smart.
All right. Never have I ever deleted a post because it flopped.
Oh, once a week. Once a week. I think people shouldn't be afraid of doing that. I think if you can delete posts. It's not a bad thing to delete posts. It's not. I don't care.
Does that? I mean, well, you know all about it better than I do on the algorithms, like Instagram or LinkedIn. If you delete a post, does that hurt your algorithm or your whatever?
No, but I think if you delete a post and repost something pretty similar, I think that it's not proven, but I think I've seen negative net results of reposting the same post in the same day because I messed up a post.
All right. Never have I ever used the RE colon in a subject line that was not actually a reply email.
Oh, that was probably like 12 years ago on like, the sales emails where you used to have the sales email. Yeah. That's a horrible tactic, by the way. I feel like a terrible of a marketer to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm so against that tactic. I don't care if it works. I just think it's total, absolute garbage. All right. Never have I ever laughed at a joke that I didn't actually understand.
Oh, who doesn't do that? I mean, I feel like you just laugh at some things just to like give comical relief to things.
I think everything's funny.
You do. No, you don't.
Yeah. All right, I got another.
Wait, you didn't answer the question. Why am I answering the questions? You don't answer.
Yeah, no, I know. I always laugh at everything. That's 100% true. All right, this one I'll answer also. Never have I ever pretended I didn't see someone to avoid talking to them.
Oh, like a week ago, I've done that. Do that
daily.
I saw someone I knew at Costco, and I'm like, I ducked. And at conferences, I purposely duck. Like, I don't want to get into conversation.
You're like 6'5". You ducking doesn't really help.
Well, it's even more embarrassing if you try ducking and they see you. That's embarrassing. Like, you start trying like ducking and then they see you ducking. You just have to come back from that.
Yeah,
no.
Why are you ducking? All right. And since this is the 100th episode of the bathroom break, never have I ever used a porta potty.
I mean, I've done it a bunch of times. So.
I mean,
have you?
Has, right? It's the most. By the way, is there anything more disgusting? Like when you really think about what a porta potty is, there anything more disgusting on earth than a porta potty? Like, how did that get approved?
But I also think the worst type of porta potties are at like festivals when it's 100+ degrees outside and you're hot in the porta potty and it's 100 degrees and you're sweating in there and it's smelling and all you want to do is get out, but you need to go so badly.
Yeah.
People are going to love hearing this.
They should be like illegal. I mean, they just really should be.
Yeah, but where are people going to go? Just on the ground at the festival?
All right. Before we run out of time with this thing, I want to know your embarrassing story. You already heard mine.
I don't have one that's so embarrassing. I mean, I've done embarrassing like things I regret in marketing, but this is probably relatable, but I got super embarrassed that it happened. And Jay probably doesn't know about this story, but me and Jay would go on stage at Inbound. And 5 minutes before I start sweating and having the biggest panic attack.
It was a panel that you were going to be on.
Yeah, a panel that I was moderating this panel with my wife, Ari, Jay, some other two. And granted, they brought someone on the panel, and I kept saying in the panel, this guy, because I didn't remember his name on the panel. So I just kept saying, and to you, and this guy. But that's another story. That was really embarrassing for me. I said everybody else's name, but I did forget the guy's name. I was like, this guy? So I'm having a panic attack, and I'm sweating, and I said to Ari, I'm like, I'm not going on stage. I'm going to walk out right now. I'm going to walk out this day, sweating. And then 1 minute before stage, they're like, oh, we're going on stage. And I'm like, Ari, I'm leaving. And she's like, okay, fine, I'll moderate. So Ari had to take the whole thing and moderate. And I'm sitting there, I get on stage. And the first thing I do when I get on stage is like, hi. And I started waving at everybody because I was so shy. I was in such a pain. I swear my heart was racing but I was sweating. It was super embarrassing. It's not embarrassing.
So when I see you on stage, you seem so chill. You don't seem like you're having
No, and inside of
so chill.
me, inside of me to my core, it's bad.
But you know, it's good for everyone to hear that, because anybody who says, I've done a zillion speeches, anyone who doesn't says you don't get a little bit anxiety or whatever, it is very normal to have nerves and anxiety and feel weird about talking in front of big groups, small groups, or whatever. It's called being a human. I don't care what anybody
If you
says.
look at Jay before going on stage, this guy is chugging Celsiuses.
That's true.
And
That's
walking around smiling at people, and then gets on stage. I'm like, could I get a beta blocker, please? Can I get a beta blocker before I get on stage, please? Does anyone have a beta blocker? I need it.
Normal. Right. Well, we did it. 100th episode. Daniel, what is your prediction? How many episodes will this thing continue on for before everyone's like, this is ridiculous? 101.
After this episode, when we talk about porta parties and how embarrassing, Jay eating a hamburger without a shirt on,
naked, right?
Yeah. I just couldn't imagine. I heard Ed Sheeran did that once, but he was actually was sleepwalking, and he was actually naked, in the hallway, and he had to pay the hotel to get rid of the footage.
I should have done that.
Lucky, this was probably not where you're the Jay Schwedelson right now.
No, I had actually given a speech that day, which is the best part.
Great.
People waving at me. I'm like,
good speech, dude. Is something wrong with you?
I'm like, hey, can I get the slides? I'm like, bro, Well, we did it again in 100 episodes. I can't wait for the next 100. Everyone, follow the show. Follow the Marketing Millennials. Follow Do This, Not That, and find your local porta potty and think of Daniel while you're in there.
And if you mention this episode in the review, so we know you listened to this episode, and do it on Do This, Not That podcast. I want to see it.
Thanks.
Peace, everybody.
Later. Daniel, come on, man. I got to get back to work. Get out of there. All right. While he's still in there, this is Jay. Check out my podcast, Do This, Not That, for marketers. Each week we share really quick tips on stuff that can improve your marketing, and I hope you give it a try. Oh, here's Daniel. He's finally out.
Back from my bathroom break. This is Daniel. Go follow the Marketing Millennials podcast, but also tune into the series. It's once a week, the bathroom break. We talk about marketing tips that we just spew out, and it could be anything from email, subject line, to any marketing tips in the world. We'll talk about it. Just give us a shout on LinkedIn and tell us what you want to hear. Peace out.
Later.